In this Lion Vision update presented by CBNS Bank, we're talking UNA football. The Lions are in spring training. We're catching up now with co-offensive coordinator / run game coordinator Zach Lisko. And Coach Lisko, you go back to a year ago. You and Coach Rice were named offensive coordinators. You brought in a lot of new pieces on the offensive line. Now a year later, how much more comfortable is everybody with their roles?
Yeah, you know, as we got into this thing last spring, it was kind of all happening really quickly with Coach Rice and I getting the job and the pandemic hitting, getting the team here late in the summer to prepare for the season, and then the pause and back on. And you know, I think time has been healing for everything. You know, we competed against a high-level schedule this fall, and I think it made us better. And you know, time up front is just a lot of cure for them guys working together, and they come from Kansas and Florida and all over the place, and you know, they really got to know each other, so now they know what each other's thinking a lot better.
Let's talk offensive line play. When you look at the two deep, you return virtually everybody from a season ago. Most everyone's healthy heading into spring training, but last year so many fresh faces up front. Does it finally feel like this is a veteran group this spring?
Yeah, you know, we've got most of our guys out there. We're missing just a couple, which is better than most springs in the up front. You know, we got an opportunity to play some guys at some different positions this spring, and you know, for us, spring is about competing and also about seeing what we have on the roster and who can play where. And so it's a lot different than last year. I know at one point in our spring game last year we were having to kind of swap O-linemen, different teams, just to get through the thing. And you know, we got plenty now, and going to continue to add depth with these guys we got coming in, and then hopefully we'll be ready to go in August for 21.
Let's talk run game now with the running backs. We saw what Juwan Howell could do last fall. Tyler Price came on strong. Jackson Carson's working his way back as well. The running back position, what have you seen from them so far?
Yeah, that's been a kind of a group thing with that room. You know, Tyler really came on at the end of the season last year and showed some really good signs from a young guy, and I think he's had a great spring. And you know, Juwan's a guy that's gotten a lot more reps dating back to the year before last, and then last year as well. And so them two guys are kind of up front right now. And then Jackson, obviously, he's still recovering from his injury he had in the fall camp, but he is making progress, and can't wait to get him back out here and full speed anyway. And then you know, young guys like Mason Boswell has really had an opportunity to get some reps and show what they can do possibly moving forward into the fall.
Last thing for you, Coach Lisko, with 10 offensive starters returning from a season ago, so much experience, now they get the springtime as well. What excites you most for the offense?
Yeah, I mean, it's the hunger. It's you know, it's knowing what's possible. We talk about potential and what potential really means, you know, and kind of with everybody coming back and adding some young pups to the mix with this signing class we had in December and February. Then, you know, I think it's exciting just where this thing's headed with everybody coming back, and continuity like we talked about, and these extra 15 practices this spring. I think, you know, if we keep our head down, control our attitude and effort, then you know, we ought to have a much more successful fall 21.
Coach Lisko, thank you for the time.
Thank you, Ben.
We're catching up with co-offensive coordinator / pass game coordinator Tyler Rice. And Coach Rice, spring training underway. Let's back up a season ago. You come to North Alabama as wide receiver coach, and then a few weeks later you're promoted to the co-offensive coordinator role with Coach Lisko. Now a year later, players, coaches, how comfortable is everybody in this system?
Yeah, so it's taken a little while, but just, you know, with me and Coach Lisko getting adjusted, and you know, being fortunate enough to be a coordinator at the FCS level, I'm forever grateful for Coach Willis. And I know I've said that before, but you know, I relish this opportunity we do as a staff. And you know, a year later now, we've learned you know, some things about ourselves as coaches and as players, and kind of how we're meshing together. And overall it's been good. It's been fun. You know, I love coming out here every day, being the coordinator here at North Alabama.
Let's talk quarterbacks first. Inside that quarterback room, Blake Deaver coming back, taking advantage of the extra year. Rhett Files saw time as well. There was the young freshman and Luke Nail as well. But the quarterback room out here on the practice field, what have they shown you this spring?
Yeah, so we did some good things last fall. Both of those guys did, and you know, I want to bring up, you know, they completed around 69.5% completion percentage between both of them last year, which is something is upper echelon of from a statistical purpose of in the FCS and FBS. So I was very proud of them from that standpoint. And then actually we just got done doing the stats halfway through the spring, and we're up there around 70-75% for all 5 of them. So that's something that I've been very proud with. As far as Blake goes, he's relishing this opportunity, getting to go again, and this is his final go at it. He thought it was last year, but now he's got another year, so he's fired up. He's really just taken 2 online classes, and he's up here at the office every day talking ball. So I'm very proud of where he's at. Rhett is coming along, doing really well. And he brings another dynamic to it with being able to run around a little bit and extend plays. Luke is coming along. I mean, he's still a true freshman technically because he got a free year, and the opportunities that he got last fall are super imperative with his growth, because not a lot of kids get that as true freshmen, and all the reps he got. So he's coming along. And then Nate Hayden is really been impressive with his arm strength and learning the offense, and then Hayden Bryant being a great teammate and continue to learn and grow physically and mentally for him. It's been good.
Let's jump over to the wide receiver position, one of the deepest groups with this team. A lot of talent back, a lot of guys that have played a lot the last handful of years, but always room for improvement. What are you guys pushing them to improve on?
Yeah, so it's a deep group with Cortez, Andre, Dexter, and Parker, along with TK and Cam and EJ. But for the core with Cortez, Dex, and Andre, fundamentally, I mean, they know the offense just about as good as I do. So refining their fundamentals. There's certain things that we laid out to them that they needed to work on this spring, and that's something that Coach Ellis is doing in their individual drills, and something they're continuing to improve on. But so far, been pleased with that group. TK Kennebrew has came along. I've been very pleased with his progress, and EJ Rogers, another young guy we got who's continuing to grow. Each practice is imperative for him. He's doing some good things. And then Cam Turner, he's the most consistent guy we got, as far as we can move him around in all different places on the offense. So been very pleased with all those guys.
When you put it all together, pass game, offense as a whole, 10 starters returning, what's exciting you most if you're watching them this spring?
Yeah, so to me, watching them practice and grow as an offense, for us, we put a label on it, to be honest with you. We want to be fast, physical, and explosive. Okay, and to do that, you got to have fast players physically. They got to be able to think fast, and you have a fast scheme. Okay, that comes with the tempo. And physical, to us, we everywhere from the quarterback position to the offensive line position to the receiver position, we challenge them, and we're doing things to make them physically tougher, okay, and mentally. And then the last thing is explosiveness. Okay, we as an offense, and it's on me, we weren't as explosive enough last year, and that's something we're focusing on when it comes to the guys in the weight room, and our schematics. We got to push the ball down the field, and that's something that's been a vocal point for us, and that's what we're continuing to build. That's what makes me excited, because those guys know what we got to improve on, and that's what we're doing. And leading into fall camp, it's going to be a fun fall.
Coach Rice, we appreciate the time.
Appreciate it, man.